Welcome to Eye on Paulsboro. We have been with you a number of times over these last 2 weeks as this community worked through our circumstances with trains and all the details associated with it. And we're going to have our annual Christmas, New Year's program, and we're coming to you from Broad Street in the home of Joe Giovanetti. In fact, our first Christmas show ever was done here, Irma.
John, don't you remember our first Christmas show here? Our hair color is still the same, or what?
Well, mine is.
Oh, okay. Well, I forget. And Harry Tedeschi and Margaret were here with us, Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. It brings back so much wonderful memories being here on 23 Christmases, John, for us.
Well, first of all, that's hard to believe. And Elena, thank you. Come on, just step in forward. Let people see you. Because the first show, how old were you on the first show we were here?
Probably 2.
Probably 2. So she's a few years older now, but as beautiful as ever. Thank you, Elena. Thank you. Well, I guess we're about to have a program.
We're ready. I'm back in Paulsboro and so happy to be here, John, and so blessed.
We have our new Eye on Paulsboro Orchestra with us, Michael Smith, and we're going to visit with him. Michael's sitting off to the side. Justin Henry's going to give us some vocals. We have some special guests for this program. And we actually, Fred has worked so very hard to bring updates involving the train situation. So we're getting through the train stuff, and we get this dreadful news that occurred on Friday with regards to our neighbors just north of the Turnpike in Connecticut. And there's a whole different feel. So there was the question, what would we do with this show? And there was a very famous Broadway play that was then turned into a wonderful motion picture with Rosalind Russell called Auntie-Mame. And there's a great song in that, and it's about, we need a little Christmas. That was done at the time of the height of the Depression. And they spoke about, you know, we need a little Christmas. And there's magic to this time of year, coming out of Hanukkah, heading into Christmas for those who enjoy the various holidays of different faiths. But it's a time of renewal and hope. And you know what? We need a little Christmas. So with the help of Fred and Amy, we're going to work in some musical selections. Joe Giovanetti is going to join us with his cooking segment, which we like to do once a year as a caterer to the stars. Not only hosts us today, but gives us some holiday tips. And Irma, welcome, go.
Let's go, John.
Well, and how about this tree in the background? Is that the widest tree you've ever seen?
The widest tree, the biggest balls I've ever seen.
Well, you know, for a person, it's been a great deal of time observing, and as a nurse, we're going to take that to be probably factual. So stay with us, Michael. Can we have a little bit of a tune as we head out, and then we're going to go back and we're going to try and piece this show together. We're going to be joined by the captain for a wrap up on the train issue, because as we stand here today, train service is resumed. 600 people are back in their homes, with the exception of Gary, I think.
Gary and Lynn are still at the Holiday Inn. Walt and I came back yesterday at 5 o'clock, and I was so glad to see the Blue Bridge.
Yeah, because, you know, there's no place like home. The fireplace is burning. We've got this spectacular tree behind us. I'm not sure what the rest of the program is going to look like, but we expect to have some sort of program. So stay with us. We're coming right back.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
short of being able to reverse the tragedy and news that we heard and saw from our neighbors in Connecticut, this, I think, is a wonderful segment for this program that stretches between Christmas and New Year's because, as promised, the segment I was looking most forward to doing with the captain was the wrap-up segment after everything had been completed. And the captain and her staff are kind enough to have Fred and I over to the base in Philadelphia off of Washington Avenue for a visit and a wrap-up. So first of all, Captain, thank you again. 600 people out of their homes, 600 people home safe without injury. That's significant.
That and the fact that none of the 75-plus workers that work that site for 19 days got hurt. And so really, I'm so pleased. I couldn't tell you.
It's a big deal. It's a very big deal because this could have gone the other way had God not smiled on us early on the incident.
Well, we had diving operations, we had crane operations, welding, torch cutting. We were working over a swift waterway. There were just explosive atmosphere, toxic atmosphere. There was opportunity for many, many things to go wrong. It was winter. It was dark. We worked at night. We did track work. The complexity of the operation and the fact that we didn't have any injuries is fantastic.
It speaks well of the effort of the Unified Command. There was criticism of the pace, but the pace reflected how complex it was, as you described on the previous visits. Before we talk about some of the wrap-up stuff, as I mentioned, we're at the Coast Guard base. Now, all of us that live here, you don't realize what's around us. Like I didn't see the Liberty Bell till they put it outside because I knew it was always there. So, Captain, maybe just an overview. What's the responsibility of this base?
The base has a responsibility for an area that stretches from a little bit south of Sandy Hook, New Jersey, all the way down to the entire coast of Delaware. The Delaware River all the way up to and past Trenton. And the state of Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania is about 75% of it, almost all the way to Pittsburgh. A tremendous port complex. The Delaware River, as one of the original ports in the colonies, has done nothing but grow since that time. Number one for fruits and vegetables. Number one for cocoa beans, which is a personal favorite of mine. We have tremendous diversity. We have break bulk, we have containers, we have a ferry service, we have the duck boats. I've often said the only thing we're missing is passenger submarines and cruise ships. We have everything else going on here. And of course the recreational concentration of all of the New Jersey beaches and the Delaware beaches. It's a fantastic place to work.
And what kind of resources are associated on a daily basis here, aside from when you have to gear up for response like you did in Paulsboro?
Well, we cover all of the Coast Guard's 11 missions here. So we have search and rescue stations. We have 6 search and rescue stations, multi-mission as well, doing law enforcement, homeland security, all those things. We have 2 aids to navigation teams. We have 5 cutters. We have 2 ice-breaking tugs in the 65-foot class. They're very unique, and they're from the 60s, which is fascinating. They're freshwater, so they're still in great shape. We have 3 87-foot cutters. We have marine safety experts. They do all of the commercial vessel inspections, foreign and domestic, all over this port complex, as well as all the way down at the mouth of the river and mouth of the bay. So search and rescue, law enforcement, pollution response, safety, security, boating safety. We have 2,800 auxiliarists that work with us throughout the AOR. It's just fantastic.
And as the branches of the service go, the Coast Guard is how many years old?
We are 222 and a half.
So it's been around, when you think, because the Air Force is the youngest of the group?
That's, yes, the Air Force is definitely the youngest.
That's spun off from
The Army Air Corps.
Army Air Corps, okay. But the Coast Guard, there's always been a Coast Guard of some kind going back.
Well, we started with the life-saving service, and there was the steamboat inspectors, and so it's really an amalgam of many different missions that came together. And I'm going to mess up my history. I think in 1969 was the first time it was really called the Coast Guard. But the fact is the matter, we have tremendous mission set. Port security, we were doing port security back in the War of 1812. So 100 years ago in this port was a cutter from the Revenue Cutter Service, and they did port security. So we're doing it all, and we're still doing it all, and we're still doing it all here.
Wonderful for people to hear this, by the way, because again, who knew? I mean, the Coast Guard's there because you hear about them, and dramatic, dynamic rescues that occur with high-profile things, occurring offshore and deep water, and we became acquainted because of our circumstances. So it's important stuff. Now, did you want to take us through any of the closure? Is there anything you'd like to to add as far as the wrap-up? Last segment, you told us how you were going to do it, so why don't
We talked a lot about what the plan was, and the fact of the matter is we did execute the plan. So we lifted what we lovingly called the rocket car. We did it safely in one lift. We made all of our vinyl chloride car lifts in the daylight hours. In fact, we never moved a rail car unless it was daylight hours for safety. We did a lot of diving at night to be able to rig things. So we took the breached car first, then we took the rocket car. We re-railed this car here, which was lift 3. And then we came back the next day and we removed this ethanol car. This ethanol car is 90 feet long, so it's actually longer than the vinyl chloride cars. So it presented its own level of complexity. We were able to lift that back to rail and save us a day on the overall incident. And then finally, this gray car that we nicknamed the Gray Whale, we lifted that the last day of the incident, or Saturday, and then Sunday, and returned it to a barge. And then on Monday, all 3 of the cars that we had put on barges, we returned to the rails and moved them out of the area. So, like clockwork.
It's just a big story and a big effort. I was down there today, and they continue to work on the bridge itself, so progress continues. But the big news is we got through the incident, and you got us through it safely. And I've said before that we're very grateful to all those who responded, from the volunteer side to the professionals. It was a team effort. And for those who are affected, Conrail will continue to provide you service. Questions will continue to be answered. But this particular phase, so Captain, your work is done. The Unified Command is at rest?
Yep, the Unified Command is really disestablished because the incident has been concluded.
Care, any further comments from you, having steered through a major hazardous waste incident?
I am just actually very glad and I feel very fortunate to have done this. I have been doing vessel casualties and salvage responses for most of my career, and I'd never worked with the rail industry. And it was really a happy stance for me to know that the kind of talent that I've always worked with in the salvage industry on the vessel side is present in full force on the rail side. They were talented, hardworking, creative individuals. They were not scared away by difficult problems. They did great work very professionally, but by the same token, they were the guys in those environments, toxic, flammable vapors, willing to take those risks, and did it very, very well. So my hat's off to those professionals really well.
And our hats off to you, too, and to everybody associated with it. And I would think the captain's going to be in great demand as a dinner guest, because if anyone wants to know anything about vinyl chloride, I would suggest that she would be good conversation at the dinner table. Captain, thank you. And a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody associated here at the Coast Guard base in Philadelphia, and we'll be right back.
To the residents of Paulsboro, I know it will take a little time for our town to mend back together since the vinyl chloride spill. We need to look at the positive side. There were no lives lost nor serious injuries. I would like to thank the elected officials, first responders, and all volunteers who came together to help our town. On the behalf of Mayor and Council, Mayor Hamilton and the council members of Paulsboro, we would like to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And God bless you. Thank you.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Welcome back. You know, when we put these programs together, they sort of fall together, and we're not really sure who's going to be where. So we're taping this December, what is today's date? December the 17th. Thank you. I need help with that sometimes. It's a Monday. I called Michael Smith at 9 o'clock, 9:15 on Sunday night. just after the president had finished that address, which frankly I think was a speech for the ages and spoke to the soul and compassion of this country. And I called Michael and said, Michael, we're going to shoot a program tomorrow heading into the holidays. We want to do a Christmas, New Year's show. Could you join us and bring us some music? Michael Smith may not be, he's not a stranger. Some may know him, others may not. His mother was actually very famous, Irene Hill Smith, who was a really important figure in Gloucester County and in New Jersey during those civil rights years. She passed much too soon, but left a great legacy and left her son as well. And he is just as talented as they come. So first of all, Michael, thank you for coming. On short notice, you're going to give us a selection or two as the program unfolds.
Okay. Thanks, John. I'd just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. It's a very special time. People have changed Christmas into different things, but it is about the birth of Jesus Christ and salvation for mankind. And I just thank God for it. And thank you for inviting me, John.
Michael, you know, you've been a friend for a long time. You're going to play this guitar. This looks like a pretty special instrument. Tell us about it.
This is Michelle. I name all my guitars. I name them after. I tell my students, name them after. You know, if you're a guy, name them after a woman. You don't have to name it after your woman, but this is Michelle. And this is a Washburn J6 semi-hollow body jazz guitar. This is for you. She has some sweet sounds.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. But it takes a master's touch to bring it to life.
So they say.
Yes.
My good looks and intelligence are only exceeded by my modesty.
It's well put. Well put. You know, we're going to try and talk Michael to be with us on more of a regular basis. You know, we had great success with Kid Primo as the Eye on Paulsboro Orchestra. He had a fan club of one person that was very, very loyal to him. We got to talk you into coming back on a regular basis.
I'd love to.
How about that? We're going to have another orchestra again. As this program unfolds, you're going to hear selections by Michael. We'll use it for transition back and forth later over top some music. Michael, thank you. Thank you for this gift you bring.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I mean it sincerely. Stay with us. We're going to come right back. You're going to enjoy this, and then there's going to be some vocals. Justin Henry is going to also lend a voice. We'll have him on a little bit too, but you'll see him as the program goes on. Stay with us. We're coming right back. I'm going to let the master musician and the Eye on Paulsboro Orchestra of One take us out.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm, warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, 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 let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow.
We say greetings to everyone on this time of the year where we reflect on the love and the unity one with another. And we pray that as we go forth into this Christmas season, that we just grab someone by the hand, tell them that you love them. It's all about love and understanding. We pray that everyone has a great Christmas this year, and we pray that we will just bound ourselves together, hold on to one another. Tell someone that you don't know you love them, because it's all about love. We thank and praise God for all that He's done for us and all that He's going to do for us. And we say to everyone, to God be the glory. Amen.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
2, 1. Just very good coffee. We're here now. It wouldn't be a holiday program if we didn't have Joe join us and just talk about ideas and things you can do for your home. You're going to have guests, family over, maybe people you even like. So you want to make sure you put something out for them. So Joe, first of all, I said at the top of the program, you're kind enough to take us into your home, open up your home. We brought the whole sideshow in. Mm-hmm. We've got music. We don't have acrobats because of the height of the ceiling.
Right.
But we have
had acrobats here in the backyard. Remember?
We did. That's correct.
What trampolinists?
We had trampoline. You know, what's important, as we all know, coming through these moments, Joe's family's gathered here. His mother looks beautiful and youthful as ever. His sister, who doesn't age. His beautiful daughter, who you saw at the beginning of the show, she's handling the coffee. Her friend, Jason, and then a dog.
Our puppy, that's Pocket. Mini dachshund, spoiled little brat. I'm the guy with the dachshund.
And the name is what?
Pocket. My daughter named her Pocket. And I said, do I really got to scream Pocket out in the crowded room, you know, when she's being bad? Or, you know, I don't want to scream Pocket, come here. Nobody, you know, it's just crazy. Give me a real name for a dog. But now she's Pocket.
That works, Pocket. But Joe, thank you again. And Michael, you're off to the side, so
yes, sir.
You're on standby for a musical accompaniment should it be called for.
We might need a little help from, well, he's got the guitar strapped around him.
It's a dedicated crew here. So, Joe, you've got a beautiful table presented here. So this is geared, today you're going to give us direction. You're gearing more towards the New Year's Eve or casual gathering.
Yeah, more towards New Year's Eve because, I don't know, we just didn't have time to get to Christmas. I couldn't find a goose, you know.
I'm going to step out because you actually have your own microphone.
All right,
you have high technology.
Oh, okay,
now,
cool.
You know?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we're going to do a Mexican a fajita bar.
On Broad Street in Paulsboro.
Yeah, sure. I love Mexican food, you know. There's a lot of these Mexican restaurants popping up. One in Penns Grove. There's one in Runnymede. Traditional, real Mexican food, you know.
Joe, you're of Italian-American descent. You're catered to the stars. Your mother's sitting off in the corner. Did your mother taught you how to make fajitas?
No, Mom didn't.
I didn't think so.
She taught me about the raviolis and all that other stuff.
I would expect the Brazil to be coming out at this point.
Yeah, we did that a couple. We did do that. 20-something years, we've done everything, but I haven't done a Mexican fajita bar, and this works really good.
I think it tells us we've been on the air too long, or we're really challenging your creativity.
Yeah. Well, I hope we're still on the air. Yeah, I hope we're still on the air when I'm doing, you know, further down the line cuisines.
It's all yours. Elena, can I have some more coffee, please?
Elena, get some coffee for John. Okay. Thanks. My beautiful daughter, Elena.
Yep.
I love her. Anyway.
John, go ahead.
Okay, Mexican fajita bar. Okay, now this is a real quick thing to do. I would love to go to this party if I wasn't working and having to make it. You know what I mean? This is a great thing to bring your guests. What we have here is grilled chicken and grilled steak. I didn't have time to do it in this confines of this lit dining room here, but we have grilled chicken, grilled steak. I have fajita wraps. This is where the guests will start. They'll grab a plate, they'll grab a fajita wrap, and then these you can get these are burrito wraps. You can get them in any supermarket. You heat them up.
Thank you, Elaine.
Makes them pliable.
And Joe, you just heat them. I mean,
you heat them just to warm them up. If you just take them out of the pack and use them, they tend to crack.
Because I think Janice can probably heat something. So
yeah, she could do that. Janice would be great at that. Just don't burn them, all right? So what your guests would do, they'll come along, they'll grab a fajita, fill it with the grilled chicken or grilled steak. You've got like chopped veggies here. I have guacamole, salsa. This is like a queso cheese, a soft cheese, and then we got some, okay, this is supposed to be cheddar. I didn't have it, so I lie. I'm admitting, this is mozzarella cheese, okay? We do have a little Italian in there, but you're better off to use like a cheddar or a Mexican cheese. Couldn't get that. We have cilantro. We have scallions. All this is, you see limes and avocados. That all speaks Mexican food, and it's great. What I'm going to do is now, if you want to put this together, you can call me, of course. I'll come and do it. We do a lot of this for corporate events, lunches. It perks people up. It's not the same old thing. We're tired of stuffed shells and meatballs and all that stuff. So we try to give some healthy foods.
Tired of meatballs?
I don't want to roll another meatball if I didn't have to, but people force me. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make a guacamole, okay? Real quick. This is easy to do. Obviously, you get an avocado. We cut it in a, hold on. We're going to go around and just follow that. There's a little pit in here, and it's round. See that? And you stick the knife in there and you twist it. That gets that little round pitty thing out of there. And then you take a spoon and you just scoop out the nice, it's white on the inside, kind of yellow, and then you get this dark green stuff on the outside. That's what gives it its color. So you scrape all that out. You do the other one. You got to be careful when you buy avocados. You can buy, if they're really hard, they're no good. You can't even eat them. You got to sit and let them sit and ripen a little bit in a brown bag on your counter. But when I do this, sometimes somebody wants this fajita bar. I don't have time to. If they don't have ripe ones, then you can always buy a nice, fresh made. They come in a cryovac pack, and then you at least have guacamole when you show up to the job.
Is it an expensive item, Joe?
Avocados aren't really that expensive. The pre-made one, that's actually what this is, and I brought that because sometimes when you open these up, they'll be brown, they'll feel okay, and then you cut them open and they're just no good, you can't use them. So I always have this just in case.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Okay, you got the avocado here. You just put a little bit of red onion in here. All right, you can put a little garlic in there if you want. I don't really like garlic in it. Take a lime, squeeze some lime juice in there. All right. And what really makes it taste great is fresh cilantro. That's that parsley that you see. You got the curly parsley, flat leaf parsley, and then that other stuff. Usually when I buy it, the girl at the cash register doesn't even know what it is. I got to tell her it's cilantro. It's like a Mexican parsley. You chop it up, and it has a great. As soon as smell this.
No, the aroma, Joe.
Smell that.
The room. Oh,
it's got a nice. It's a different citrusy sort of parsley.
Joe, we've
you put that in there.
Come a long way with this,
Sure. Mm-hmm. What, parsleys?
No,
yes.
The fact that you're preparing a Mexican dish.
Oh, I've been doing this Mexican fajita bar for 12 years or so, you know. I got a jalapeno. You don't want to put too much in this. You can always add more pepper to it if you want. Put that in there. Let's see. So a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, and then what we're going to do is...
No olive oil?
No olive oil. No, you don't want olive oil. Avocado is kind of an oily...
On its own?
Yes, and it stays nice and moist. Anyway, you take a fork and you just sort of mash it. You could use a blender. I like mine. You can make it chunky, or if you use a blender, I don't really like it that way. It just seems, you know, processed too much. Chunky like this is great.
I like avocados a lot.
Do you?
Yeah,
they're great. They're great. You can just cut them on salads, and you know, you see a lot of avocados out there nowadays. People in a lot of different dishes on top of a salad. We'll do that.
Well, it's become a cuisine that reached the East Coast. I mean,
Yeah,
it's always
yeah.
West Coast when you talked about these things, but it's become
Yeah, well,
very popular.
The first experience most people had, say back 20 years ago, was when the Taco Bells and the those kind of places came in. That's not great.
Not the real deal.
That's not no, it's not traditional. It's fast food Mexican. I mean, nothing. I spent a lot of time eating there, at 3 o'clock in the morning a few times. I used to take my kids there, and every time we left there, the two kids, it would be $11 every time. I'm like, well, remember, it was always $11. I don't know why.
You had the kids there at 3 o'clock
Yeah, it
in the
was a
morning?
Taco Bell. They would like that now and then. Okay, so here's the homemade guacamole. All right, you can just see it's similar to that.
Absolutely beautiful.
The thing about guacamole is if you let this sit too long, you got to keep it covered right away. It starts to turn. It actually sort of turns like a gray color if you don't keep it wrapped.
Janice won't eat it when it's like that, so I get to finish it.
Anybody want to taste?
I just mix it up.
Here you go.
Let it taste. Thank you.
I don't want to drop it on your girlfriend. What's her name? Your guitar?
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle. Don't get it on Michelle's strings. She wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
all right, so
very
there's,
nice
is it okay?
Okay.
So that's the guacamole. Same deal on the salsa.
Nice, Michael. Yeah, nice. And the price is right.
I like that.
All right, so I just wanted to show you how to make a guacamole.
Yeah, that's as quick as that was. Very, very tasty.
It's easy. It's very fast.
Very
fast.
Very tasty. Janice, did you see that? She's off to the side. Okay.
Okay. So the other things we're going to have in the fajita bar, like I said, I showed you how to make that at least, and then let's make a wrap, okay?
Oh, please,
I'll tell you
Joe,
what you do. What you do is you say, what do you like, chicken or steak?
Chicken for me, please.
Chicken? All right, we'll throw a little chicken on here.
Michael off the side. Michael, chicken or steak?
Yes.
Both?
All right, so we got some chicken here. You want some cheese on there, Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. How about some salsa? A little bit?
Yes, sir.
You're getting it. All right, little salsa on there, a little fresh guacamole.
Yes.
This is the process. It's really good.
I like yours better, though.
Oh, you got this one right now.
But yeah, the process
All
is
right, you want
close,
some
though,
onion
right?
on there? Michelle wouldn't like the onion. All right, okay.
That means put it on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not talking to anybody.
A little bit of onion. All right. Then,
Joe,
you like red
Joe-
beans, black beans?
Red.
Red. Okay.
Joe, musicians don't turn down food.
Okay.
That's just the way it is.
So you've got a
Musicians
few
do
of them
not
on
turn
there.
down food.
Okay.
No, do not.
Let's see.
On a union card. Michael.
That's about it. That's about what you want. You could also put lettuce on there.
But just show that shit. Let me get a shot because that's beautiful.
Okay.
That's
There's the
beautiful.
wrap. Now, if you want, how about a little lettuce? Yes.
Yeah, please.
Okay, because it'll look good for camera. Right? Now what you do is you just take this, and I make these a lot of different ways. Sometimes I just make these and I serve them as pre-made. I'll bring them to you already made and wrapped. And when I do that, you just take both ends like this, fold it over, using my old cigarette rolling tricks.
Joe,
and then there's your wrap.
We may
okay?
not want to go into too many of those details.
What I do when I serve these as a wrap tray, I grill my wraps on. I have this little burner with the grill marks on it, and I put the crispiness on the outside. It kicks it up a little bit more, and it really just tastes better when you get that crunch. Now I'm going to show you how we would serve that. We would just cut it like this, put it on a little plate for Mike. All right, then you could serve it with a little extra salsa and a little extra guacamole.
Are we filming
Yep.
again tomorrow, or do I have to cook?
No, Michael, you don't have to
There you
cook.
go. There's a little wrap for you from Migaluch over here, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to make a
Taste
dessert.
that. See what you got. See what you got there.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
We're going to make a little Mexican dessert, okay?
What do you think, Michael?
You can't go wrong. That's really
You can't go wrong.
It's good, Mike? Yeah, it's good, right? I mean,
Beautiful.
What could be wrong with that thing?
Beautiful. No.
All right. Hold on here. Okay, we're going to make a dessert. Mangoes, tropical fruit.
Mangoes.
Yes, mangoes. This is angel food cake. Angel food's cake, you can make almost any kind of dessert with that because it's sort of neutral. You know, it's just sweet, it's cakey, but it lends itself to a lot of different things.
It's not made out of anything, is it, Joe? It's all egg whites.
It's egg whites and little flour, and that's why. And there's really very few calories in it. You know, it's like no fat, not much fat at all. So what you do to do a mango, right? Did you ever buy a mango?
I
and
have
eat
no
it?
idea what a mango is.
Okay. Gosh, it's not that rare, John.
I'm a state legislator. I don't know. I don't know what a mango is. I know what blueberries are.
Well, what we're going to do is when you got a rolly fruit like that and you want to peel it, you always cut the bottom off or side. So now it stands still and it's not going to roll and you won't cut yourself. Famous last words. So we're going to just peel this off, trying to not lose too much of the good stuff.
Is that an expensive item, Joe? Mangoes?
No, you can catch them for like $2 for $3. You know, sometimes a little. Depends on the time of the year, you know. So I'm going to take this off. I already cut one up just to see how they were doing, and I show you how I make this dessert. I save these little skins. I'll show you why in a minute.
Just be careful swinging a knife around. I'm not working with lots of stuff.
Now the thing about a mango is you see how it's an oval shape, but it's more wide this way.
Are you sure it's an oval shape?
Yes, that's an oval.
Okay.
John.
Our viewers want to understand this step by step.
I'm sure it's an oval shape.
All right, Joe, I'm not challenging you on it. I just want to clarify, just in case.
Every year he does this. Yeah. He gets me all feisty. All right, so you see how I cut that way? If you cut a little bit deeper, you'll start to see this white pit in here, and it's long and narrowed as well. If you cut it this way, in other words, you're going to hit the pith and the pit. The pith. It gets pithy. All right, so we're going to cut it this way. So now, this is mostly seed, and what I'll do is, see, it's a little slippery. It'll run around on you. You try to take the rest off, as much of the good mango as you can.
And there's bad mango? I guess the core is bad.
Yeah. See, now right under here, that's all big seed. That's one big seed. See it?
It's not a well-designed fruit. That's a lot of waste.
Okay, so what we're going to do is cut this up. All right? You want to taste it?
I would, yes, Joe.
Here.
Is it edible?
Yeah, it's edible.
Oh, it's delicious.
It is good.
Very nice. Sort of sweet. Lovely. They don't grow in New Jersey, though, do they?
Nah.
We got to work on that. I'll talk to Senator Sweeney.
With global warming, maybe they will soon be growing in New Jersey.
Good point.
All right, so we're going to cut this up. And what I did, I already took some, okay? I did this. I added some brown sugar, a little cinnamon.
Very nice.
Okay, and a little bit of water. And it makes a, well, sort of like a slightly stewed fruit, okay? I'm going to take the rest
Almost
of this.
Almost a banana foster without the banana foster and butter.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just mangoes. So we're going to just take this up. You can leave some hard. Like I'm going to leave some of that fresh just now. You know why? Because I don't feel like running into the kitchen and cooking some more.
No,
right?
we don't have enough time. The program
well, look,
runs,
here's what we got.
40 minutes.
Now we got the angel food cake. Okay, I saw this in the store when I was running around tonight. I saw that and I go, I know what I can put in that cavernous little spot there. I gotta watch what I say around there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to pour it in top like this.
Right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Right down the center. I'm going to take some whipped cream. All right. We'll add a little whipped cream on top. All right. And I have these little guys. I was just going to do this. How's that?
Mrs. Giovanetti, is this your recipe? Is this your recipe that these?
Does it look good, Mommy?
Yes. Yes.
We're going to eat that. So there's your Mexican fajita bar, Mexican fiesta.
Joe,
and you can serve chips with it. Like I have some black and red beans here. I even have some rice.
Wonderful suggestion.
There you go.
And not overly
Quick.
expensive. Not overly expensive either.
Not really, no.
Now, before we leave this segment, I'm going to thank Joe again. He's always gracious with this. Give the phone number of your business. It's Giovanetti Catering. Any occasion of pleasure, and that really is the case. He is caterer to the stars. You've been in a lot of places, Joe. Give your phone number out. Let people know where you are.
You can reach me at 609-876-0612.
Very good. If you have an event coming up, big or small, Joe Giovanetti is a person you can trust as if your own family was in the kitchen. Joe, thank you.
Thank you, John.
We're going to enjoy this. Michael's going to play us out, and we're going to come back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Welcome back. One of the traditions of this community, like so many small towns across America, is at Christmas time people pull together resources to help other people. Gene Giampolo, who served on Borough Council for so many years, served as council president during my early time as mayor, has run an annual food drive for the households in Paulsboro, and she'd like to say for working people who just need a little more help. Well, this year, with the help of Paulsboro High School students in Gibbstown and Paulsboro, a food drive was conducted. A lot of food was collected. In fact, it parked at the Hill Studio on Sunday till the firehouse was available because the firehouse was being used to help coordinate getting people in and out of their homes. But people were just wonderfully generous. And then Jean and her group assembled. Mayor Hamilton dropped by to sort the food and prepare it. A lot of generosity extended by people who wanted to just be helpful. Special thanks to Dr. Walter Quinton, his wife. They're always very generous at this time of year to help Jean prepare these boxes, which include produce, something to be prepared in the oven, a lot of canned goods, and a lot of love. And Jean tells me that this year, with everyone's help, that they will serve just shy of 100 families. This is her 25th year. So we appreciate that so greatly because it means so much to people. Steve Granados from Hill Studio was able to get over and get some still pictures of the event for pulling together the food and getting the packages ready. So we're happy to bring those to you now with a little bit of music underneath by Michael. And just look at your neighbors helping others. And that's the true spirit as we get ready to take 2012 and turn it into 2013 with a lot of optimism and a lot of resolve that we're going to make things better. Let's enjoy this.
Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep holy night. All is calm, all is bright round young virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Oh, oh, do, 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 do.
Merry Christmas. I'm Father Dave Grover. I'm the pastor of St. Clare of Assisi, pastor of the communities of St. John's in Paulsboro, as well as St. Michael's in Gibbstown and St. Joseph's in Swedesboro. And just wanted to welcome you this year to join us for services. We have services in all three churches. We'll be gathering in Paulsboro at 9 o'clock on Christmas morning. So it'd be a good way to start off your day with your family. I'd like to just encourage you Christmas this year to remember the gift of presents, not the things wrapped, but you. To your children, to your parents, to the elderly, to the needy. But show up to somebody this year at Christmas. Make a memory for you and for them. And discover that God lives in you and them. And help nourish our town and all the things we have to be grateful for now after the events of this year. And have a blessed Christmas. Have food with one another. Fellowship, family, and faith. God bless you all. If you need us, call us 856-467-0037 for any records you need, any services you need, any visits to your people. And thank you.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
We really only do this program for the purpose of community notes because that's what people look forward to the most. But we really appreciate Joe Giovanetti and his family. His mother is here, his sister's daughter, to join us this evening and welcome us. The tree is beautiful. It's positively the widest tree I've ever seen. But Joe likes it that way. And we just, just such a wonderful, warm feeling, sense of family. And as we tape this show, Irma's only been back in her house one day, Irma?
Yes.
One day after being displaced by the trail derailment. And I'll say it here, we're going to close the show as well, but for all the volunteers and all the professionals that were involved in that response, with their collective effort, everyone returned back into their homes with no injuries. That's a big deal. This could have been a lot worse. There are blessings to be thankful for associated with this train derailment and lessons to be learned so it doesn't happen again. But imagine that, 600 people displaced from their homes, inconvenienced greatly, that to be worked out, because you can always compensate for inconvenience. You can't compensate for serious injury and loss of life. Got everybody home, and I'm in time for Christmas, so you know, what you don't realize also, too, when we did that first show from the command center, Irma was working behind the scenes, making sure that people who were displaced were properly paid attention to. You were like a secret weapon. They didn't know what to make of you. You had this whole military, this formal thing going on, and Irma just sort of got cut loose, and she just like ran between the lines. You did an important thing.
Well, John, I wanted to know that Paulsboro people are great. We care for each other. I did talk to the head, and I even forget his name, the head Coast Guard, Rob.
Robert's Conrad.
Oh, I go to the top, John, and told him where I lived, and he said, Mrs. Stevenson, do you know how lucky you were? It didn't explode, and I just pointed up and said, thank God. So God is with us, and even in the worst times, He's with us, and I'm glad to be back home. I didn't like being in Bridgeport, John.
Well, you had room service, didn't you?
No, they wouldn't pay for room service.
You had Walter.
Well, I asked the claims guy, have they ever paid for a divorce in all the years they've been doing this? And they said no. Love him dearly, but Walter and I in one room for 15 days, it wasn't pleasant at times.
Well, those of the Catholic faith would call that penance.
I think Walter did more penance than I did, John. But anyway, I'm blessed to be back, and thank you. Happy birthdays to Chuck O'Leary, Joe Doak, Emma Trumbull, Althine and Earl Miller, Sally Long Doak, Tom Fryer Sr., Elena, Bo, Lisa, and Joe Giovanetti. Joyce and Matt Gruber, Willie Bay, Tony Fleming, Helen Ford, John Justice, Alice Cammon, my great aunt, Mark Camp. Mark, happy birthday to you. Kevin McKenzie, Robert Muse, Wayne Filger, Gladys Dombrowski, Barbara Generette, Evelyn Gerlach, Johnny T. and Johnny T. Jr. and the third, happy from Bridgeport, Rudy Capra, and John Kramer. I couldn't read my writing anymore. And happy anniversaries to Ed and Evelyn Ravely, Don and Chuck O'Leary, Althine and Earl Miller, Cookie and Harry Llewellyn, Tony and Nancy Fleming, Brian and Sue O'Leary.
You say Cookie?
Cookie, yes, Cookie. God bless her. Brian and Sue O'Leary and John and Gert Gentile. Happy anniversaries and happy birthdays. Guess what? Readers of 33 states, John, have viewed the internet of the record today. Over 33 states. And their email is therecordtoday.com. And please share a favorite holiday memory or tradition to be used in a future issue of the record. 500 words or less. And we had a great one this time with the traditions of the Donofrio and Knieshow families at Christmas. And they had duck. Okay? And it was great seeing how Mrs. Donofrio cooked the duck. Okay?
Not a very good day for the duck.
No, John, it's not a good day for turkeys either. But anyway, the new December issue is out. We had 5 class reunions that we reported on, recipes, and always read my words of wisdom, John. I had to clean up some of them, but, you know, it's the holiday spirit to be good. Hoagie sales, Calista VFW Post 5579, the Ladies Auxiliary, last Friday of every month. And they also need members. They meet at 7:30 p.m. on the 2nd and 4th Mondays down in Gibbstown. And they're great ladies, John. Feed My Sheep, which is free. The last Wednesday of every month at St. Paul's United Methodist Church, 11A to 1P, John. They have clothes there for people. They feed them. They have bags of groceries. And we've had over 150 there. It's all volunteer. And if you need something, you go to Feed My Sheep at St. Paul's the last Wednesday of every month. Hoagie sale, also we always have hoagie sales. Our dear friends at the Moose Lodge on the corner of Cook Avenue and Elizabeth, first Saturday every month, 423-1495. And I understand our Paulsboro High School Christmas concerts will be held sometime in January. Watch the paper. And tentatively, we might be having a Christmas parade Saturday, John.
That's what Mark Camp, who's here with us and been here all along, mentions, and my conversation with Mayor Hamilton. They're going to try to get the Christmas tree lighting in on Saturday. weather depending, and pulling together resources. It had to be rescheduled because the center of town was part of the evacuation zone. But again, we can reschedule Christmas tree lightings, but hopefully it comes together.
Because tonight, Santa Claus is on a special mission, so he couldn't make it, but he told all the boys and girls to be good. I don't know if it's me, John, but anyway. But we just have a great time, and we are very blessed. And for the families in Newtown, Connecticut, everyone's behind you. I know how they feel. Our son died 10 years ago in February, and you can connect, but these are babies. This was a tragedy, but we all have to pull together as a nation and maybe do something about the gun laws, John. That's my opinion, and all come together and leave in God's hands.
I think that's well put. And the president's speech related to our neighbors in Connecticut, and I say neighbors because, my friends, that's not that far from here. And it's just another example that out of 330 million Americans, occasionally there's going to be a screwball or two. I mean, there is no such thing as perfection. So in this free society, there are risks, and that's part of freedom. So we have to be vigilant, and we have to look out for each other. And we have to recognize that this stuff means something. And for those parents, for those Christmas gifts that won't be open, for those teachers that were so brave, and for those little guys who know nothing of evil, only of goodness, whose lives stop suddenly, reminds us that we only live as long as we're supposed to. Not a day longer, not a day shorter. So you got to make the best of every day. And there's lessons to be learned from the people we know and the people we watch. And the lessons here are that we have to do better. The president's words were right. We can no longer tolerate this, and we have to change. And it's going to be a big effort, but Americans are resilient. And it's time that we stop violence upon one another. As we have great attention to terrorists from overseas, the terrorists are here at home. We just have to recognize that we can no longer tolerate this. So on this Christmas time and heading into the new year, coming out of Hanukkah, heading into Christmas and to the celebration of Kwanzaa, we take the best of what this season teaches us. And that is that there's hope, and that good will win over evil. And we just have to all commit to that fact. Good will win over evil, and there's more good than evil. As we saw through the incident here in Paulsboro, neighbors helped neighbors, professionals from distant places traveled on planes to come here to make sure that the air was safe to breathe, that the cars would be removed safely, and that you would get back in your home. Yes, inconvenience, absolutely. Reason to be angry, absolutely. Negligence compounded by human error should have never happened, but you know what? It happened. We got through it, and we're all going to work together to see to it that it doesn't happen again. So, for Fred Buchter behind the camera, for Amy Cook, who took time this evening to join in so we could put this program together, for Michael Smith, for Justin Henry, who on short notice came to bring us beautiful music, to the Giovanetti family for their hospitality, for all those who participated in the show, and for Bill Crane, our producer, who couldn't be with us here this evening, we say to you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and let 2013 be the very best year that you've ever had. So, Irma, that's going to do it.
John, it's always great to be home, be in Paulsboro, back on Broad Street where we started, and we'll probably do another season again. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Healthy New Year, and God bless America.
That's going to do it. Till next time. And as far as coming back, Irma makes all the decisions, as we always know. To your health. See you next time.
Let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.